Hey Scott, how you doing?
Hey.
Thanks for coming in. Take a seat.
Yeah.
So how's the past week been for you?
It's been okay.
Okay. How's school going?
It's busy as always. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you say you're doing like 18 credit hours?
Credits, yeah.
That's a lot. I mean, they say like 15 is usually pretty full load for students, so throwing that extra 3, the extra class in there, I can't even imagine what that'd be like. So how would you say that you're doing like right now in this present moment?
I'm pretty stressed out right now.
Okay, what's that?
Well, I have 3 big tests coming up and a paper I have to do by Friday that I haven't started yet.
Oh wow, that's 3 tests in 1 week?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see why you're stressed. Yeah, so it seems like you're gonna have a lot of work to be doing. So like, put aside the stress and a lot of the struggle with school, like over the past week. Like, was there anything good that stuck out that happened?
Well, I did pretty decent on my biology test last week.
Oh, okay. How'd you do?
I got a B.
You got a B?
Yeah.
Nice. That's good work. So were you able to get some studying in for that?
Yeah, studied like every day for almost an hour before that.
Yeah, that's really good. You know, that takes a lot, like going from not studying much as you were to like being diligent and doing the hour a day. That's pretty good. Yeah, I just want to compliment you on that.
Thanks.
All right, so now we're going to go into your weekly goals. So which one would you like to talk about?
Well, since we're talking about school, we could talk about studying for my test this week.
Okay, yeah, studying was one of your goals. And yeah, how did you do?
Well, the goal was to study every day for an hour, and I actually did that every day except on Monday. I got lazy and watched the Packers game.
Oh yeah?
Because sometimes it's more exciting to watch Aaron Rodgers throw touchdowns than it is to read my biology book.
That is very true. Yeah, so your goal is 7 days, an hour each day. And yeah, you missed a day, but you made the other 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
For an hour?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's pretty good. That's like 85% hitting your goal successfully, which is very good, especially since this is only the second time we've met, so that's very impressive. Yeah, so what was the best experience when it came to like studying?
Yeah, I thought an hour would be a lot of time since I don't have very much time to begin with, but I was able to squeeze an hour in before I go to bed, and I learned, yeah, I did a lot better in this test than I did in the last one.
Yeah, yeah.
By doing that.
So you found out that you have like, you know, an hour of downtime before you're going to bed.
Yeah.
And so you just took advantage of that and started using that.
Yeah.
Really good, really good. That's good. That's helping out with your time management too, just seeing where you have those open spots and just kind of filling them in.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, so what would you say you've learned from the experience of studying, like, compared to where you used to not study as much?
I mean, before I never made it a habit. I just would waste that time, and now I see by studying daily, it creates a habit where it just becomes a lot easier just doing it every day. So I just make that time rather than wasting that time.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, so one thing that we might want to think about doing is, you know, you made your goal 6 out of the 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing we might want to do is make it a little more challenging for you. And, you know, we could talk about that a little later on, but, you know, I feel like, you know, this is only the 2nd week and you made your goal 85% of the time, and I feel like you're capable of maybe doing a little bit more. What do you think about that?
Sounds great.
Okay, so yeah, you'd be interested. Okay. Yeah, well, let's talk about that a little later on. All right, so now we're going to move into the 3-month goals. Last time when I had you write your vision, you talked about where you wanted to be in a year, and you said you wanted to be a biology teacher. And so we made some 3-month goals to help you to eventually get to that goal of becoming a teacher. And one of your 3-month goals was studying every day for 3 hours a day. And when we look at how you did last week, you studied 6 times out of the 7 days for an hour. Yeah, so how do you feel that you are doing when it comes to that helping you reach your 3-month goal?
Yeah, I mean, the week before I even started studying every day, or almost every day, I mean, in 1 week I was able to change from not studying at all to studying almost every day for an hour. And so I think within the next 3 months, I think I would be able to get it where I'm studying 2 or 3. I think I could study 3 hours a day, every day. I think I can squeeze an hour in before I go to work, before I go to class in the morning, and then be able to find that time to do it every day.
Okay, so it sounds like you want to revise your goals to possibly make them a little more challenging.
Well, I think I might want to, for this next week, I want to keep it for an hour a day. So then next time we meet, hopefully I'll have studied every single day. And then after that week, we could try to make it 2 hours a week. And then maybe go up to 3 hours a week. So then it's
Okay.
every day that I'm actually doing it.
Yeah. So you want to first try to meet your goal for 7 times a week, not 6, but 7. And then once you get there, you want to continue to meet your goal 7 times a week, but you want to maybe up the amount of time you're studying by like half an hour, or?
Yeah, half an hour or an hour. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good plan. All right, Scott. So I recalled that you said when we were talking about your 3-month goals, you were telling me you had a little bit of time before class and before work that you feel like you could fit some studying in order to reach the 3 hours a day. And I was just wondering, and it's okay if I ask, what are you doing during those hours before class and before school?
Yeah, well, it's okay that you ask. I'm spending the time really wasting it by watching TV. I watch Office and House and get caught up on episodes of that. So that's pretty much how I spend the time.
Okay. Yeah, so then kind of makes me want to ask, do you think these TV shows will help you to become a biology teacher and help you to reach your goal?
No, not necessarily. They're fun to watch, but I mean, when I look at it like that, it really doesn't help me that much to reach that goal.
Okay. Yeah, so right now you're doing pretty well. You're doing, last week you studied 6 days a week for an hour each day. And, by 3 months, you want to be at 3 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, yeah, what do you think we could cut out, or what do you think we could do to help you to reach this goal of 3 hours a day?
I think I just waste time because the TV is so convenient. It's just right there, so it's easy to turn it on. So if I go to a different place and study, I feel like those times are more productive when I go to the library or go to a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Than just sitting at home, because it's easy to just push the button and sit there for a while.
All right. So when you've been studying, like this past week, where did you go to study?
I went to Kapana Coffee Shop downtown most every day.
All right. So you went to the coffee shop. Okay. Yeah. When you're spending your time before class and before work, like the extra couple hours you have, where do you usually spend that time?
Well, lately I've been spending it here, at my apartment, watching TV, or at a friend's apartment.
All right. So, do you think maybe your environment has something to do with your lack of studying?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, what do you think about just kind of like brainstorming some ideas on helping you to reach the 3-hour day. And you know, I could say, I could give you an idea, then you can give me an idea. We can just kind of go back and forth like that. Yeah. So, for example, like in order to reach your 3-hour goal day, like one idea would be to instead of hanging out at the apartment, you could